I'm Dr. Yashashwini, and I would be teaching you on the topic today with regards to research. So, what do we understand by research? What exactly research is? Research is finding out solution to the problem and answers to the questions. So, this is what exactly research is. And when it comes to research, we need to understand we have to go step by step to find out the solution to a problem. And it should be in objective. There should be a purpose for doing your research. So systematic, objective, and logical with verifiable evidences will help us to understand how to conduct the research. Now, this is the prospects of research. Moving on further, there are various ways or methods or approaches for the research. Namely, I would go for four. Though, so the first form of research approach is going to be unscientific method or arbitrary approach. Here, it is believed that an individual is going to try to seek questions to the answers with the blind belief, with perception, with imagination, and with opinion. It's not going to be the same thing with a scientific method or scientific approach because in this, individual will consider an objective, that is the purpose of research, and giving it a precise information and arriving at the conclusion to find out the basis of a research with verifiable evidences in the form of data being collected or in any other form. So it is very systematic in nature when it comes to scientific research. Now, coming down to the next form of aspect, that is so called as what is the purpose of conducting the research? First thing, we need to understand when we conduct a research, it's all about unrevealing the mysteries of nature, and it is about extending the knowledge of one's presence and also interrelating between different variables. To give you on more precise information, there are three different types of variables: independent, dependent, and extraneous. Now, when it comes to dependent variable, we try to manipulate the dependent variable to see the cause and effect relationship between the independent variable. Okay. So this is an about explanation about independent dependent, and we have also have extraneous variable. Now, how does extraneous variable works? In any research which is being conducted, you cannot avoid few certain things, but to an extent you can control them from variances, that is so called as extraneous variable. Now, out of all these aspects, research is adopted to come out with the new tools, new theories, like for an example, Maslow's hierarchy theory, ERG theory of Aldefers, or it could be BCG consultancy matrix, or it could be ANSWER matrix. All of these are the concepts and the theories which are being developed with the help of research. Now, to give you a better understanding, as I said you about approaches, I just discussed with regards to unscientific and scientific approach. So we also have a different way of approaching the research. So the other two methods are qualitative and quantitative. Now, qualitative approach is where you would like to understand and go down to in-depth information about a particular situation or a particular uh, phenomena or whatsoever it is when it comes to qualitative research, like understanding the individual's perception, imagination, belief, all of this, going in depth. So when it comes to quantitative by word itself tells you we're going to play with the data, understand the data which is being collected in the form of numerical terms. So we approach the research in this various methods. That is qualitative and quantitative. Uh, To move on further, let's understand type of research. The types of research is being divided into two parts. First one is the classification based on purpose. Why are we conducting the research? That is the first aspect to find out. And the next aspect is the methods of study. Can I study this particular research in this particular method? Can I go for this method? So the research is being classified into two forms. So as based on the purpose, the first form of research that I'm going to explain to you is pure research. Pure research is conducted for the sake of knowledge and not in the intention of implementing in the real life situations. It's just for the sake of knowledge. So that is pure research. For an example, a theory of relativity, which is being as a concept or as a theory, which is being written by Einstein. Now, coming down to the next one, which is so-called as applied research. Applied research is where we usually use as a researcher for a research purpose, like finding out solution to a real life problems, finding out solution to real life situations. That is applied research. Now, the third one is exploratory or formulative research. Exploratory research is where a researcher is unfamiliar about the problem or could have a little knowledge about this particular problem or a situation and tries to find out a solution by step investigation. And that is called as exploratory or a formulative research. Let me explain you next type of research. This is descriptive. Descriptive research is also one of the research that we adapt for our research report or research paper or research study. So this is the most simplest form of doing a research. It is about fact-finding investigation. So in the process, when we create a title for a research, objective for a research, and then the hypothesis for the same, and data analysis and interpretation, and finally coming out with the conclusion. All of this comes under to be a descriptive research. The next form of research is diagnostic research. Now, diagnostic research revolves around these three questions to understand it in a very easier form. What is happening? Why is it happening? What can be done about it? To find out the root cause of the problem and also to give solution for the same. Next one is evaluation study. This research is being done for assessing the effectiveness of a particular social program being implemented or any kind of work which is being implemented or any kind of project which is implemented. So taking it as an example in Bangalore Metro, we have a green line and purple line. So green line, which is being done from certain distance to another distance, which is being done as a green line metro project. This worked on well, and the effectiveness of this particular implementing the metro project worked very well. Fine. So now we need to understand and evaluate this particular program which is implemented, and that is called as evaluation study. And the next form of research is action research. This is with regards to concurrent evaluation of an program which is being implemented, such as, for an example, a metro line project came from green line to purple line. Reason was green line was working very well. And then they came out with the purple line so that they extend more support to the individual travelers. So this is so called as ascertaining and concurrent evaluation of an existing program. So that is called as action research. Now, so I have explained to you all the types of research under the purpose of study. Now, the next thing is that I'm going to explain to you on the methods of study. Now, when it comes to methods of study, we need to understand that first type of research is experimentation research. It is purely lab experiment which is being conducted, letting few variables vary, keeping few variables constant in nature. Next type of research is historical research. We try to reconstruct the origin of an existing history and see that how and research plays a very vital role in reconstructing the origin of the existing history. So that is historical research. Next form is survey. It's a very fact-finding study. You find out your samples, ask few questions which are formal in nature, which is constructive in nature, and get to know the information from them by populating the whole report. That is survey. Case study is an in-depth study about a particular situation or a phenomena or a particular event, etc. is about case study. And the last one is field study. It is like a researcher or an individual would like to put themselves into a particular situation or a phenomena and understand with what consumer thinks. It's probably like we can go for a preliminary study. And for an example, if the institution is able to get more number of admissions and it has fallen drastically for few reasons, what is the reason for it? Field study would help us to enhance the admissions and get more admissions in that particular institution. So this is all about the research and the objective of research and the types of research. Hope you have understood more of aspects in relation to research. Thank you so much for patiently listening to me. Have a wonderful day.